Hello, we're back to finish off this playlist with my this is the Marvinvitational. So this is the CCL after party, and the idea is it's run by Andy Davo's channel, and yes, the idea is that teams that don't qualify from CCL go into this little tournament afterwards, and there's a ban on the 5 sort of big hitting teams. So no Dwarfs, Chaos, Nurgle or Orcs allowed. And yeah, so you put a TCL run together from those teams, and play in this little after party tournament, which was the idea of me playing in the CCL in the first place, because I had no expectation of qualifying. But it was good to sort of try stepping up a level, pick myself against some different opponents of a good standard, and so here I'm playing in a preliminary round because it's a knockout tournament. It obviously needs to be in sort of multiples of 4 for it to work like that. So this was a round where the lowest 18 team value teams all played a quick knockout to qualify, to then have useful numbers for a knockout tournament afterwards. So my human team, I'm playing Skaven here, against a coach who I've sort of seen around in chat, and I know plays to a good standard and has a good record with this team. So yeah, not much expectation of a great result for me here, and to have a pretty well put together team. So four gutter runners, 2 storm vermin, a thrower, and then filling up with linemen, up to 13 players total. We'll have a look at them first. Kick lineman, and the ball back deep, and I'll grab a quick snap. So I'll look at the setups and the teams before that. So 3 no level line rats here, and 1 more in there. Kick line rat there. The thrower has dodge and block, 2 mighty blow storm vermin, and then we're onto the gutter runners, who are the stars of the team. So we've got wrestle dauntless on this one, block sidestep on this one, along with the dodge they come with. Makes this is a great combination. I think every time I see that I flag that up. Makes it very hard to knock over or push where you want. This one has wrestle and leap. So although they're strength 2, both of these players dangerous to a ball carrier. This one for jumping in, this one for getting a roll to try and equal the strength. 4th gutter runner is movement 10, 2 heads and sprint. So is someone who can just score in one turn from here. It's 13 squares of movement they have available. Another unleveled line rat over there. I have thrower back here for ball retrieval, so using a quick step to get a bit closer to it. Thrower has dodge. A sure feet catcher over here. A strength 3 wrestle catcher, unleveled catcher. Back here, my 4 blitzers are one has mighty blow, one has tackle. One has guard, who's over here, and this one has no levels. A couple of linemen on the pitch are 1 block, 1 wrestle. Ogre has guard as well, and on the bench I have 2 unleveled linemen over there. So I have set up looking to get 3 dice block with my ogre. So it's sort of set up to sort of 2 dice there, 2 dice there, and then I've got once I can get rid of this guy, this lineman can assist on this line rat, which makes that 3 dice for my ogre. So set up to do that, but I use the quick snap, I think, to get that in a more immediate way, by putting this lineman there so he can assist straight away, and then 3 dice is the safest block I have. So I can do that first, and can still get hits on all 3 of these when that line rat's not there anymore, because my guard blitzer can put a hit down too. And an opening knockout is not bad. Also looking at where I'm going to put my blitz, so we'll set up with that in mind. I think I was still in 2 minds a bit whether I was going to use the mighty blow or the tackle blitzer to hit this thrower, but sort of a valuable target left available for me to get 2 dice on quite easily, so it was going to be that. That was always going to be my blitz target. It's the tackle one. So I didn't need tackle as it turned out, but to get the knockdown and no armor break. Oh, excuse me. This is actually my second attempt to try and get this video. I tried on Friday morning but my audio interface just gave me 45 minutes of hiss. So I'm just sneaking this in before work on Monday, and might actually have to start work slightly late. We'll see how we go. We'll be finished by my team meeting at 9:15, but there we are. So throw holding the ball way back there, out of range of where the gutter runners can reach, and I throw this catcher forwards, pops off sure feet straight away, but throw this catcher forward so it's someone the Skaven have to think about, and then if they leave him alone, next turn I can run in a quick touchdown. I'm expecting, especially with the movement 13 gutter runner they've got over here, I'm expecting they're going to be scoring quite quickly as well, and it's going to be potentially a high scoring game, with lots of back and forth. So, and with where especially when I'm playing at a higher standard, I really struggle with offense. So I'm happy to just grab touchdowns whenever they're available. It's part of my game I need to work on. I think really building a good offensive drive. They have left this catcher unmarked, so I'm going to be looking at trying to just score next turn. And also I enjoy defending more than attacking anyway, so happy to try and defend. But I've got 4 dice on this mighty blow blitzer, get him knocked down there. Follow up to make sure he's marked, and he's in a pretty tricky situation there. I think I'm going to use hitting this thrower again. Yep, sort of another high value target again. Again, don't need tackle, but the thrower having dodge means he's tougher to knock over. So using that tackle blitzer, more scoring threats in place, and this blitzer's on 13 points, so I would like to score with him in this game if I can. Marking up there because they're going to struggle to get 2 dice on this blitzer. Foul bonehead should hopefully not be a problem because I've got a throw on here and then a handoff, but inaccurate throw. And this is somewhere I really messed up because I was again double clicking, not checking things properly, and that was actually a short pass rather than a quick pass. Should have thrown a go for it first to make the pass a 3+, and 3+ would have been fine, and that would have been on target. Caught on 3+ with a reroll, and then another catch on 3+ with a reroll for that handoff to score. Instead, I've got the ball down here, and that foul bonehead has now come into play because there's no tackle zones from this ogre, which means all these gutter runners can run through. They probably would have been fine dodging on 2+ with a reroll anyway, but they're running away with it now. All because I didn't properly measure the distance of that pass and get too click happy. This line rat's free to just move away because of no tackle zones. And Mighty Blow player does get 2 dice on this blitzer, but is both down. Failed dodge from a gutter runner. Getting to use tackle for that, if not for knockdowns. And the line rat running away there. So at the moment, the one move I've got left on, get a dodge here to mark him up, but this catcher can reach around here for 2 dice. I think marking him there does force him to add a go for it into the mix. But it's exactly this player's role to bring down the ball carrier. So that's the aim. Obviously, with these 3 skills I highlighted at the beginning, with block, dodge, and sidestep on one player, they're tough to bring down. But both down is good enough for me here because it drops the ball. But a power's also great too. Ball bouncing in there, so it's still in danger for me because that's a 3+ pickup for a gutter runner. So I could either go with the 75% play of trying to pick up with my thrower with 4+ with short hands, or I can just try and put as many tackle zones on the ball as possible, because failing that pickup could scar it somewhere much worse for me. have just gone for the mark. And if a gutter runner wants to dodge into there, that's a 4+ dodge. And that's another marker on that one. I think I'm leaving this catcher in scoring position here. So looking at trying to guard the ball, retrieve it next turn, get it to that catcher, and running the touchdown then. So it's going to be a blitz on my thrower. It's just a pushback, but onto the ball, so it's going to scatter it. Next to my ogre's not too bad, and still in 2 tackle zones, so quite happy with that. But this gutter runner goes for that, fails the dodge. So back in this gutter runner's hands. So I do have my Saka marking the ball carrier. Now that was a failed dodge. Roll another pal. So getting pretty fortunate with some block dice here. I've been rolling, just a lot of straight up defender downs against dodge players and things like that. Well, I think I've barely had anyone even knocked over going the other way. There's been loads of pushbacks from the Skaven coach. Some ones popping up as well for that sort of fouled dodge. There's a fouled dodge over here. I had it's sort of unfortunate that this catcher caught that bouncing pass, because my thrower was on hand to grab it, get the ball up here somewhere to one of these players, but couldn't do that because of already acting, then can't get rid of the ball. Pushback from my ogre, so I would highlight with that pushback, pushing that Mighty Blow player into there gives him quite a big sort of a tough spot to get off, even though he's stunned next time. But if he hadn't been stunned, he wouldn't have been able to do a lot next turn. This is just about the best protection I could do here, where the ball carrier couldn't move any further. I don't like that sort of straight line cage really, because it's easy for them to get 1 dice. There's no guard in the Skaven team, so they're not going to get 2 dice. And weren't in contact with any of the players, so couldn't move any out of the way first to try and get an assist in. So it's going to be 1 dice. I'm sure we'll see this Storm Vermin hit the ball carrier. And rolls the defender down. So the only actually both down wouldn't have been any good for me either, but yeah, so that's 1 in 3 of getting the ball down, but 1 in 6 of the Storm Vermin staying on his feet as well. And now this gutter runner I think can score this turn, so makes that dodge successfully and the pick up. Go for it as well, I think. To make it 1-0. So my attack faltering on that mistake of the pass distance that I didn't properly check. Only myself to blame there. Knocked out the line rat back, so that was the ogre's first action. That knocks that one out. That's the only removal we'd had so far. Yeah, I haven't had anything. And I'm going same again. Skaven have set up the same. I liked how I'd set up. It was developing quite nicely as a drive until the drop pass. So I set up exactly the same again. I'll be trying to do basically the same thing and looking for a quick score. Although here it's probably, I think it's a more solid strategy at this point to try to score late on, because if I score again, I'm going to be losing 2-1 at half time. Unless I score quickly, Skaven score quickly, and I can score quickly again, but I think that's asking a lot of humans. So we had our first injury there. It's one of the linemen. A second knockout from the ogre. If he rolled just a little bit higher, because he's on the... Well, ogres don't have many opportunities for star player points, and he's just on the 7. I think that's 1 casualty and an MVP. It's like the Mighty Blow player is going to be on the blitz this time, because they've left a line rat out in this exposed place, hid the thrower in behind the line of scrimmage this time, which makes him a bit harder to target. So just looking for place I can get a nice easy removal, and line rats are easy targets. that one was, yes, yeah. I knew there was a dead line rat at some point. and that's levelled that blitzer too, puts him up to 16 points. And again, I'm looking at sure feet catcher, getting him forwards. Thrower comes, stands on the ball, backing off just a little bit to get out of range as much as he can from gutter runners. I think he'd have had to go for it if he wanted to go any further. So I'm watching the catcher this time, but I also have this blitzer on 3 points, who I'd like to score with. This blitzer on 13. I'd like to score touchdowns with both of those. 2 assists for 3 dice there on my catcher. The strength 3 player only needs 2 assists to get 3 dice on a strength 2 player. So it's worth looking out for that if you have the players to spare. I think I do something very similar next turn. Failed, go for it there. So another 1 popping up in a turnoverable place. Throws to go for it. Won't mind standing next to the touchline because this is that sidestep player. Leaves you with my most realistic option here being dodging away, because trying to blitz this player free, most likely thing is he sidesteps somewhere where he's still marking my thrower, so I need to dodge away. But if I were to make his pass over to one of these blitzers shorter, I need to get rid of this gutter runner because he's in the way, because running straight through there is better than having to run around him and make a longer pass. So that's where my blitz is, and 2 assists to make it 3 dice. With tackle as well, it's about the best chance of knocking over a gutter runner you're going to get. But roll another straight up power. Ogre Boneheads, not that big a deal here. I think he was just going to come and mark both of these line rats. So make that dodge away from the gutter runner, and then can come through that gap. And this is a short pass again, but it's not the long pass it might have been without knocking this player over. So catcher caught it. I'd like to score on the blitzer, and this is another stupid mistake. This is worse than the first mistake I made, actually. I thought this blitzer was in scoring range, and he wasn't. He was 1 square short. He's on 2, 4, 6, so that's normal movement. That's going for it, so he can't get there. And now I should either at this point have left him there or dropped him back a little bit so he's protected, because there's all these players over here. Or I should have looked at this point at how far these players can reach. So Storm Vermin is 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 go for it's. This Storm Vermin can blitz on 2 go for it's. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 go for it for an assist. They're not necessarily going to want to dodge, but if I leave my catcher there, it only takes 1 of them to push back, and the other one's free to just go move. This thrower has dodge, but is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 go for it's from marking. So if I'd gone for it once more and gone there, they could have marked me but not blitzed me, and I should have looked at that before ending this player's activation. Throwing just the 1 go for it like I did was pointless. It didn't gain me really anything, but going 1 more to there would have meant they could have marked me, probably to make it a difficult 4+ dodge to score. But at that point I might have taken that. It'd be a 75% play with a team reroll available. But here all I can really do with this catcher is try and get him in the way a bit, make them go round. I think there might have been better, might have been a better spot as well. By just going 1 diagonally that way, I've left this Storm Vermin an easier route through. If he was there, that Storm Vermin's got to go around that way. So complete misplays for me in that last turn. Should have gone 1 step further there, or left him back here to score within the next couple of turns. And putting that catcher there would have made it more difficult for these players to get round, because I've left that square, that crucial square. If he was there, got to go around the long way or make a dodge. So I failed go for it. Second one is successful though, and gets the knockdown. And with the ball so close to the edge of the pitch, knockout as well. I think it's first removal I've had. And let's see where the ball goes. So ball's right in the middle, so still in good position for me to score here. No one free to go. Well, this Storm Vermin could come stood on this before that 2 dice roll, because I chose not to wrestle, which forces a turnover. These 2 players don't get to act. But the ball's clear for me to just grab it and make sure I can run it in. I've got a catcher in scoring position. This catcher also in scoring position. Just needs 1 go for it, and I prefer to score on this catcher because he's on 5 points. This one's on like 7 or something. But yeah, go mark the ball before making any risky moves. Ogre boneheaded, so I need a bit of coverage there. Ogre was going to go stand on the ball, so I put that second blitzer there instead. Making the blitz there, which is on 3 dice. I got the order the wrong way around a bit there. I probably should have used the tackle blitzer. But throw going for it's a go for it, and then a pick up, then a quick pass. She's on target, but dropped even with a catch skill. So you roll a 2 and then a 1. So yeah, I was trying to just get this to that catcher and run it in, but dropped the catch. So yeah, let down by that, but not really prepared for what happens if it goes wrong. And I've still got another turn in which I can score, and I've now got 3 players in scoring range. So Skaven still need to make sure I can't do that. Need to watch as many of the scoring threats as they can. That's 2 of them marked. It's like 1 of them about to be hit. This blitzer can still reach as well, but is the riskiest one for me to go on. But two Skaven on the ball means it's tricky for me to do much about it. But grab the ball. So this is obviously now going to be my blitz target. Safe block in there. It's not as important with the touchdown available. Oh no, I was freeing up. Yeah, I was trying to free up the tackle blitzer to come mark this gutter runner just in case, to make it a bit harder. He's a potential interception maybe. But get the knockdown on the ball carrier. Wanted the ball to land over here somewhere near my thrower, but it bounces onto this blitzer who'd already acted, who catches it by mistake. Yeah, so 1 in 3 he was going to catch that. Well, 1 in 8 it was going to land on him, then 1 in 3, multiplying those together. Yeah, because that's, I can't score now, I have to absolutely make sure the Skaven can't. So another marker on that gutter runner. Makes it a 4+ catch and then 3+2+ dodge, if they want to go for that. And then just try and look at a little bit more protection for this blitzer if I can. So I can go for 1 dice on the ball. Have that available to them. It's like this Dawn Vermin, I think. Go for that. But just to push back. I think we're looking at a 1 dice here for this gutter runner. Dauntless makes it 2 dice, but it's double skulls and an injured gutter runner. So that was it was a badly hurt, and then the Apothecary made sure that gutter runner stays in the game. There's that same Mighty Blow Blitzer as well, who's just picked up his 2nd casualty of the game. And half time, 1-0 down. Had my attacking half already. Skaven's turn to attack, and they're already leading, so that's the classic great position that we look out for. So my knocked out blitzer's back. I think was that a Storm Vermin that the Skaven still had knocked out? No, just a Line Rat. We've also got injured Line Rat, dead Line Rat. So 3 of those off. Is there running a bit low on Line Rats, I think? They are now going to have to play their movement 10 natural 1-turner on defence, or as it stands anyway. I think if this knocked out guy comes back in the meantime, they won't be able to. So yeah, natural 1-turner in position to grab that. I haven't set up in a brilliant way here. I've left them basically one player to move out of the way. If they get a knockdown as well, this gutter runner won't even need to dodge. But can dodge through tight spaces. 2 heads is a great pick on someone in this position. Makes so many more of their dodges 2+. Even going through tight spaces, which is what you want from a player like this. Lime rat straight in there. Looks like this is going to be the blitz on this blitzer. Probably with storm vermin. There we go. Just to push back, so it looks like going to need to be a dodge. This storm vermin moves out of the way. Yeah, so it's just a dodge through that diagonal. Someone else is coming through first, so that's the leap wrestle gutter runner. Now, our big concern here was that we were going to see this natural one turner with the ball just down here, not throwing go for it's, and then holding things up, like with this screen they've put up. But I imagine, that's either going to be a stalling tactic to screen that off, or it's going to be just an insurance in case there's a foul go for it down here. It's a foul catch, so no re-rolls for the 3 go for it's. If they go for that, so makes a dodge fine, and all 3 go for it's to run that in. And there's really very little you can do when you're faced with a movement essentially 13 player. But I don't think I set up in the best way. I think I made it too easy to get that off. And obviously things like a perfect defence or a blitz would have helped, but didn't get one of those. And that knocked out line rat is back. I think. Oh, that means Skaven they were on 10 players before. Okay. So now back to 11. And still have line rat second put on the line of scrimmage, so I don't need to put anyone valuable there to face my mighty blow hits and such. Slightly different setup from the Skaven this time, it looks like. I think having this really valuable player on the team means they're looking at being a bit more protective than they were of the other gutter runners who are all lined up here. Thrower hidden in there behind the line of scrimmage again. Storm vermin left out there on the flank, so that's probably going to be my blitz target, although I've moved the tackle guy over here, so maybe I did go for this thrower anyway, and looking to push down this flank. Can't really remember at the moment, or tell what my thinking was from the setup. Another quick snap. So I have a couple of catches over here and one over here. This is the one I prefer to score on for the level, but also have these 2 blitzers I'd like to make level as well. Just throw us slightly close to the ball, bounces right behind him, so ball's safe straight away. I don't need to worry about that before I start making some risky moves. Throwing some relatively safe blocks first anyway, so all my 2 dice with block ones. So that one knocks down and injured. It's another lineman casualty. Just badly hurt, but that gives my ogre 3 dice, which is just a pushback, triple pushback. And now I can set up my blitz over here. Looks like I might be mighty blowing their mighty blow. This storm vermin about to level as well on 14 points, where my blitzer started the game. Just a push back there. Not following up. I think I'm going to be looking at trying to get some protection for this player. Not a lot of protection at the moment. It's going to be tricky to get to. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, always stand your catches in front of your blitzers, of course. Sound advice there. But yeah, so this is now my sort of point of attack. But really, this is maybe the player I'd most like to score on. Actually, probably the unleveled blitzer is the one I want to be scoring with if I can on. So that player's marked with the annoying gutter runner. for Mighty Blow Blitz. So 2 Mighty Blow Storm Vermin marking my catcher. Not an ideal situation. One of these has 3 dice on the catcher as it stands. Gut Runner's just shuffling around there a bit. Dodge away there. Don't know if we're going to see this one dodge away too. Yep. And then a little bit of column defence there, and then a group of Skaven here. I know they've gone flatline on the end there. And this Gut Runner in behind. So solid defensive positioning from Skaven. No easy points to attack. We'll have to make use of guard probably. Oh no, I can get 2 dice on this throw pretty easily. If I wanted to risk an ogre blitz here, I'd get 3 dice with those 2 assists. Going with the tackle blitzer though. Oh yeah, needed. Both down was no good to me because I think I'm about to try and get the ball onto this blitzer because he's in a cage there. Don't need to risk a bonehead with the ogre, so keep him as the cage corner. 2 guard players in the corner. Makes it difficult if they want to do a leap or a cage dive with one of the gutter runners. So pass is caught by that catcher. And another layer of assist in there, but that's a dropped handoff. I think I must have used a reroll earlier in. Oh yeah, I used a reroll on that blitz because I didn't want the both down. So that's that catcher who I left marked by all the storm vermin, knocked out. I think we're going to see a blitz on this lineman on the corner. Which can push onto the ball for a scatter, and bounces into Trevor the ogre's hands. And at this point, because I think the best I was hoping for at this point was a 2-1 defeat. I wanted to make sure I scored, and with the ball in an ogre's hands, I'm thinking, ogre touchdown has got to be the aim now. Just have a catcher free down here. I sort of missed before. Skaven have left him unchallenged, but that's my obvious blitz. I've got 2 dice on that line rat with Mighty Blow. Which grabs a stun, and now I can start building a cage over here to get the ogre into. Ogre doesn't bonehead, which is a good bit of progress. Can run down that wing and start watching the cage here. Don't need to fill someone in that space if I can defend that space from further back. Doing the same here, defending that square from there. So there's not really any easy getting in at the ogre. Grab a knockout for that blitzer. It's the guard one. That's a knocked out Mighty Blow Storm Vermin. Throw back here. I think that go for it was accidental. But catcher down here as well. So I've got plenty of scoring threats. I've got an ogre on the ball, so if I need to come hand it off to someone to score quickly, I still have that option. But with the ogre holding the ball, that was my main thing I wanted at this point. It's like score with the ogre. So set up 2 dice there for the gutter runners on that blitzer. The kick line right back in there for the defensive line. This is obviously the area I'm attacking though, so I think Skaven are going to be getting into this space to force me to try and do something about it. Gone for a column there. Where's the blitz happening? Okay, Storm Vermin over on that catcher. Another foul, go for it. So I've had a few of those. And Dodge keeping the catcher on his feet. I think that leaves me this Storm Vermin as my most obvious place to try and make a hole next turn. So that's almost certainly where my blitz is going to be. Wrestle lineman back there. He wouldn't have been able to, because of how far back he was. That's about the most useful thing he could have done this turn. I could use one of these players to put the assist in, but once I can try and, well, I didn't get the knockdown. But if I had all of these players who could have assisted that, but then they've got this space to move into, rather than this lineman who wouldn't have been able to do anything else. So I think that was probably the best use of him I could have made. Ogre does some bonehead again. It's a bit further forwards. And then protecting in there. So this is a vulnerable square that I've left, and I didn't spot in real time, the real time of the game, that this was the Dauntless gutter runner. Wasn't paying attention properly, and that leaves this square as a vulnerable spot, because that's one dice on the ogre they can get. It's a 4+ Dauntless roll to try and get a 1 dice. But if not, even 2 dice uphill is not ideal for me. It still gives up big risk of losing the ball. So natural 1 turner that is in scoring position there would be in scoring position one square back. So failed Dauntless and then team reroll gets us both down, which is good enough with wrestle to drop that down. I've caught another bounce there. So that's, I think, four bouncing balls I've caught in the whole game. I think the 2 in the first half were not welcome, but both of this half have been. So Ogre's run the ball forwards there, got a bit of rushing stats. Found that bonehead. I think I wanted the ogre up in that square. Oh no, couldn't go in that square, so I got a runner there. Just wanted him up on his feet to get guard back in action. But yeah, here, where am I blitzing? Okay, so let's trying to get one player off the ball, which is successful. Push back on that thrower. Still got my ball carrier marked by this block dodge sidestep gutter runner. Rerolling that for a pushback. So I've rerolled a couple of blocks in this half that are not necessarily ones you'd normally want to reroll, but I didn't use all my rerolls in the first half. I think I was quite conscious of that. Filling in that gap means the only sidestep squares available are away from the ball for this gutter runner. And then we've got Blitzer running in behind here to make sure no one can assist there. We'll make it difficult anyway. I think oh yeah, there we go. catch a foul. But yeah, it was really, I think, the only option I had of just stopping that Dauntless gutter runner just standing up to blitz on 1 dice. Dauntless on a player with 1 strength higher is only a 2+ roll. And that's probably the play they've got. Go for the guard blitzer there. Oh no, sorry, not going for that. The blitzer behind, which gives them 2 dice on the guard blitzer for a pushback. Not following up for a marker on the ball. But yeah, that block dodge sidestep in there. Oh, and actually that was it's a pretty clever thing I hadn't noticed before, either in the game or in my last attempt at recording this. But yeah, if that had been a knockdown pushback, they could have pushed this player over here, so that when this one stood up to blitz, it's 2+ Dauntless with an assist, so that would have been 2 dice on the ball rather than 1. So I think that's why another reason they put that one in there as well, because they could get that chain push. Although actually the gutter runner could have just stood there in the first place. Although, actually no, sorry, that's no good, because this player is stopping that assist. Forget all of that. I'm talking nonsense. So gut runner is still a scoring threat up there, but I can't do a great deal about it. So the skull there is helpful, and that 1 dice on the ball. But yeah, my best hope here is just make sure the Skaven don't get the ball. It'll be 3-0 if they do. There we go, another knockout from a surf. That sort of hangover from last turn. I think I'm looking here at trying to. I think that was an accidental dodge. I was just trying to make way for this this blitzer to blitz the gutter runner, marking him, and then move away to score. But inevitably, when it sidesteps, it's going to fill that gap in, which is in my way. And yeah, doesn't leave the pitch is what I would have needed if that was the case. So I had to go around this way instead. A little bit of protection there to protect that space, to prevent assists. Throw the ogre back into that line, and that means the Skaven will need a 1 dice here, which is a skull, but they needed that to open up the ball carrier to get a decent go at it. So quick turnover, and I don't think much that's not risky. No, I did throw a 3 dice with the ogre. So I think the worst thing likely to happen there was a bonehead, which wouldn't have really affected my chances to score. Another 2 dice there with block. Where else am I throwing? Oh yeah, 2 dice on that lineman. It's just a knockdown or a stun, and now I think I'm just running in to make it 2-1. So Skaven, it's 1 turn left each. I think I'd need a blitz and a good scatter from the kick and things like that to have any chance of scoring now. But Skaven can score in 1 turn quite easily, of course, so my feelings at this point it's most likely a 3-1 final result. I think I set up a bit better to defend against the 1 turn this time. I didn't do it well at all in the first half. No frenzy on the other team. I can risk things like leaving this player out wide, because they're not going to be frenzied off the pitch. Have offset my line of scrimmage a bit still. Yeah, still left. This is the sort of most obvious target for the 2 dice blitz. Throws back here in case there's a slip up down here for dropping the ball. But as I was setting up, I noticed the 1 turner's back here, and I think stays back there somewhere. And it turned out, like in the in-game chat, the opponent didn't want to go for a third because there's no apothecary anymore. Which is good risk-averse playing, but means there's not an attempt on the scoring coming. And this is a player, if they want to do anything in this competition, this is going to be an important player going forwards. So lots of preservation in mind with this setup, and not making that attempt. Blitzer, who scored instantly, was that tackle one who has levelled from that score. So I've had two blitzers level this game. I don't think I think we just see basically a big retreat here. And actually, I might just skip on because there's not really. Oh, I can't skip on. It's so close to the end, we can't skip on. But yeah, the Skaven really don't do anything this turn. I don't think they even make a blitz, and then I do similar. So actually, there's nothing to see. Well, let's quit the replay at this point and have a look. A bit of post-game stuff because I am just overdue starting work. So MVP landed on a lineman with no points, which is not amazing, but it gets him off the mark. And this is a MVP leveled, landed on this gutter runner here. So pretty happy, pretty solid out blocking. Injuries were very heavily in my favour, including the kill and some casualties. My team came through pretty unscathed. A couple of knockouts which didn't really affect the course of the game. And the game spun on the sort of two mistakes I made in my attacking drive, really. So I knew myself to blame for the defeat. And it's mistakes like that, not thinking things through properly. That's the sort of thing I need to eliminate from my game. yeah, if I want to get anywhere, really, it's about attacking drives, and yeah, always where I struggled, and yeah, is where I make the most mistakes. Good Hall of Star player points, all the casualties helping out with that, and I don't think there's a great deal to see on dice, except the I think the Skaven coach did really well with some quite horrible dice for most of the game. There's lots of block dice, especially, like that's a definite huge disparity. But yeah, overcame that and got the win. And there we are. So out of the Marvinvitational at the first hurdle. Record overall with this team from 11 games, 3-3-5, which is not a good record. But was the first time playing at that sort of CCL level. And this is the team after 11 games. The tackle blitzer took guard as a bit of a backup, to make him a good sort of utility player. The mighty blow one took rolled a double, so took jump up, which makes piling on a bit more attractive going forwards. And they were the only two levels I picked up in that game. But I think apart from some of the blitzers coming on nicely, the strength 3 wrestle catcher is one of my favourites in this team. I think might be the first time I've ever got to build a player like that on a human team with that early strength increase. So yeah, I'm enjoying having that player around. And this team will hang about a bit. I won't put any more in this playlist because it was just a CCL run and then the Marv that I was going to be chronicling. But they'll still be about. I think they'll be in an open ladder, and I might get some more games out of them one day. But that's it. That's it for now. We've got Dented Shield season 3, week 7 underway. 3 of the games have been played. My own game hasn't, but we'll have some more coverage of those later in the week.